Hello and welcome to the Stress Mastery Podcast. I am your host, Peggy Romero. Thank you for tuning in today. Finally, it's Saturday, and this week we've been discussing being stuck. So being stuck in a rut means you're doing the same thing over and over. You can become bored and numb in your body and brain, and you don't even care anymore about anything. So if you picture a beaten path, like a racetrack, especially like for quads or a dirt bike, I picture them in Oregon where it gets rained on and muddy and then it makes a rut. So they get these really deep ruts in them, a little bit bigger than a tire. And you could try to go your own path and not go in that hole, but it keeps pulling you in and you get stuck in the rut. So you really have to try hard to maneuver your way out of it. Sometimes it isn't easy, but it could take some skill and practice, but you can get out. Ruts also remind me of Bill's description of when you're trying to change your habits, and I think it's the synapses. Your brain wants to keep taking the same path over and over. You have to create a new path because you automatically want to go to the beaten down path that you've always taken. So it's easier to find your way that way than it is to make a new way. So that seems like another kind of rut to me, just going back to the same old, same old. So however you picture a rut, it just keeps you stuck and it's really hard to get out of. But I'd like to focus on getting unstuck because I don't like being stuck. I'm a vitality purpose and stagnation is my downswing. So a rut feels like the same as stagnation where I'm going nowhere fast. And I like to move up and out. I like to get things checked off my list, but sometimes I get stuck too. I hate it. And I wasn't expecting to get stuck here right now, but I am kind of stuck. Well, I'm only kind of stuck though. I certainly could be stuck if I let myself be. My awareness, by being able to notice who's talking in my head, is really saving me right now because I really feel like I could totally be sliding down the mountain if I allowed it. I can see it though, and I know fully well that Lucy, who's my ego, is trying to take full advantage of this little iffiness, this little hesitation that I have. By iffiness, I mean uncertainty. I'm not really sure what to do next. So she wants to seize the moment, carpe diem. She'd really love to seize the day. She would love to take my peace and joy that I've worked so hard for. She'd love to steal my now, but I can't give it up. I've felt too good for too long, but she's strong. I mean, she's really strong and she's pushy too. And once again, out of nowhere, she's proving that she's not going to give up without a fight. Dang, she's crafty. And so you guys who listen to me know that I just released my first book, Finally, Becoming the Person You Were Always Meant to Be. We also just had a successful event that I was the coordinator of, the Rise Up and Shift event at the Unity Village in Kansas City. And I just was telling people for the first time, like out loud, that I've lost over 55 pounds. I mean, it's slowly but surely coming off. Also, one thing I haven't shared with too many people is this summer I had a cancer scare. I was actually told by 3 different doctors, this tumor looks and acts exactly like cancer. Of course, we're not going to know for sure until the biopsy comes back, but let's just say it's cancer. This is what we're going to do. So it was for over 2 months that they were just saying it was cancer. Well, guess what? It's not cancer. God decided it's not. So I'm healthy and I'm free of disease. I'm getting in the best shape of my life at 60 years old. I'm a #1 best-selling author in several categories. Guys, people love my book. I have 5-star reviews on Amazon from total complete strangers. I mean, it's great. People are saying, oh, it should be a movie and that they love my story and that it's going to help people. And that's what I wrote it for. I planned a wonderful event that went off without a hitch. Wow, my dreams are all coming true. Like seriously, 1,000 wishes fulfilled this year. I've manifested the life of my dreams. Can you imagine? I did it. I should be on cloud 9, soaring through the sky, like riding on a magic carpet. But instead, I feel like I'm falling into a rut. I'm not staying in the rut, thank heavens. Like I said, that's due to having enough awareness to see it, to hear it, to know what's happening. And so I'm able to pull myself out. Thankfully, I have enough presence of mind to still be able to find my still point. Bring myself back into courage. But I've been activated all day long, all week, a lot more than usual. Something's happening to pull my energy down. So I'm actively working on my goals for 2023. And I really think that that's what's bugging me. It's so important that I am my new identity. It's not fake it till you make it. I'm not becoming her, Peggy Romero, anymore. It's time for me to be the new me. I should be able to step into the new me. I need to be able to promote myself. I need to learn to brand myself and my book. I need to plan retreats for women. I need to get speaking engagements and be confident enough to go to bookstores and ask them if I can do a talk there. For some reason, it all feels like bragging to me. It's hard to say, look at me, follow me, listen to me. It's funny though. Why am I so uncomfortable with that when I know that this is my purpose? I feel the calling to share my story. And I know it's the calling from God. I know that I can help people gain courage and confidence. I know that I can show other people how to find their truth self and become who they were always meant to be. I can. I know I can because I've done it. I've helped many women over the years, many. People have came to me and told me how much they helped me and how I changed their life. I wasn't even trying to. I just did. So I know that I can inspire other people not to give up too soon. And I also know that this is what I'm on earth for. This is why I'm here, because I know for a fact that my book was placed in my heart by God himself. It was no accident that I had that yearning, that desire to write a book. And I would have never been fulfilled if I hadn't moved into this new identity, this person that I am now. Seriously, guys, finally, I am becoming who I was always meant to be. It's not a mistake. It's not a hoax. I'm not a fake or a phony. This is me. It really is me. This is what I'm here for. And God has been lining this up for me all along for decades. Every step, every success, and every failure, every person I've ever met, every setback along the way, all of it, everything is for this purpose. I was made for this. So why am I not just gliding forward? Well, I think it's because it's all so new and it's kind of scary. So yeah, I'm always the person who says, do it scared, but do it anyways. And I am, don't worry, I am. I'm not going to be a hypocrite, but I'm human. I'm scared. I'm just like you. I don't know what to do next. This is all so new to me. I really do think that I'm shaken up because I don't know what to do. I'm pretty sure that's it. I just don't know how to do it. So remember our dear friends, procrastination, hesitation, and avoidance? Well, they're trying to set up shop in my house right now. I'm trying to plan my goals and they're wanting me to wait till tomorrow. You know, you don't have to do it now. You don't really have a plan. Why don't you just relax, take a minute and think about it? Oh, Peggy, you've been working so hard. You deserve a break. That's Lucy. That's what she tells me. The thing is, I know that energy and I know my MO. When I'm scared, I love to do nothing. I just want to sit and think about it, about what I'm going to do. When I don't know what to do, it's easy for me to do nothing, even though it doesn't feel good. And it's not like this good kind of waiting where you're like patiently waiting. It's not the kind of waiting for the right answer before stepping out in faith. No, I didn't mean to say faith. I meant to say faith. When you're waiting for that in patience, then that's like allowance, courage, and willingness. Or some other green zone energies. This isn't green zone energy. No, not this one. This is red zone. This is me. I'm scared to death of falling down. I'm afraid of failing. I'm afraid they're going to laugh at me or think I'm foolish, so I don't want to try. But you see, I've experienced this so many times before. So I hear her. I see my ego at work. And this time I'm aware. And it isn't a perfect place to be because I wasn't expecting this resistance. I wasn't expecting to slip. But it's so much easier for me to pull myself out of the rut and move forward from where I am now because I'm not in the same place that I used to be, right? So now I can take a breath. I can release it. I can let go of the fear. Remember, being stuck in a rut means that you're doing the same thing over and over. Well, I'm not doing the same thing over this time. I'm not going to sit here and do nothing like I used to. I have been releasing fear, stepping out of the rut by not doing the same thing I've always done. Like the description says, you become bored and numb in body and brain that you don't even care about anything anymore. Well, I do care. And I'm figuring this out. And I think perhaps I should have noticed that all my dreams were coming true. And maybe I should have started working on my next steps before they all came to fruition. I'm an author. And I'm also the author of the next chapter of my life. But I have a clean slate in front of me. And this new chapter, it doesn't have any words on it yet. It's all new. I'm not used to that. So my ego says, why can't you just live happily ever after? Well, I wouldn't be happy just living happily ever after. I'm only 60 years old. I have many years in front of me. So I need to do something. I would never be happy doing nothing. My purpose is to raise the vibration. So to bring other people's energy higher as well as my own. And oh my gosh, you guys, the world needs me. We all need a higher energy. We all need to live at a higher vibration. And I'm here for that purpose. So how could I be happy sitting here doing nothing, just staying still and just watching everybody be sad? I would become so bored and so numb in body and brain that I just wouldn't care about anything anymore. You guys, this morning, I was working on a fundraising idea. It just popped in my head. So I made a goal of $20,000. I know it seems kind of low, but you have to start somewhere. So I have a great use for this money because I want to bring my retreats to people who can't afford a retreat. I want everyone to know the power that they have within themselves. I have a connection to the creation mind, to my heart. God has plans for me to fulfill. Like I'm his ambassador. Bill reminded us that we can't be connected to God in the red zone, and you better believe it. So I cannot afford to live in the red zone. Writing this podcast and reminding myself of why I'm here and being able to spend my energy lifting people up and getting out of this rut is like my purpose and my joy. I'm here on this earth to help people. Wow, what a beautiful purpose. I'm here to share the love of God and give hope to the hopeless. You can't beat that. That's like amazing. You can't do that from the red zone, and you can't do it spinning your wheels stuck in a rut. So I'm always telling people, just do one thing. So what's one thing that you can do? Take a step, because one step always leads to another. So I plan to promote my book. So one thing, I went to the bookstores in this little town that I'm in, and I gave the owner of one of the bookstores a copy yesterday. I only got to speak, there's only 2 stores. I only got to speak to one of them, but she agreed to read it and let me know if she'll carry it. And I know she'll carry it. It's a beautiful, nice written book that will help people. So I'm pretty positive that she'll say yes. Today, when I'm done with this, I'm going to go over to the other store again. And I hope that she's there because I want to put it in her hand. I want to shake her hand and meet her. So when they agree to carry my book, then I'm going to ask them if when I come back for Christmas, I can do a book talk. I mean, wouldn't that be cool? That's the one thing. So my other one thing, that fundraiser I was just telling you about, I already made 2 phone calls to 2 insurance agent friends and asked them if they'd help me. They both said yes. So there's $2,000. That's already 10% of my goal. Of course, I intentionally asked people that I thought would say yes. That wasn't an accident. That was on purpose. I needed a win. I needed those yeses because that gives you momentum. That gives you the courage to move on. It encourages me to move forward. So then when a couple people say no, I can look back and go, yeah, but these guys already said yes. I can hang up the phone and make another call, put one foot in front of the other. Another thing I'm working on is I want to continue working on my relationships. So I'm going to be in Portland this weekend. And so I made plans with some people there that I love. I know it's going to make me busy, and I really don't like to be really busy, but that's one thing. It will bring me closer to people that I love. It will bring my relationships closer. So those people are important to me. So that's my one thing. I'm going to do it with a smile on my face, and I'm going to love every minute of it. I really am. I'll enjoy my time with them, even though I'm busy and I don't want to be. I also made plans to go to Las Vegas in a few weeks. So I made a call this morning. I have this wonderful friendship that I've had for, I think, about 45 years, maybe longer. It's with my friend's mom. So I've known her since I was in the 8th grade. I love her dearly, and I can't wait to see her. I'd rather not go. I'm not a Las Vegas person. They don't live on the Strip or anything, but you know, I love to stay home and work. That's what I like to do. I'm content being home. If I go on vacation, I want to go to, you know, Greece or Spain or Rome or something, or on a cruise. But especially when I'm in Arizona, I'm so content there. And I'm looking forward to going back. So it's weird that I'm already making a plan to leave, but I'm going to do it anyways. So I'm hoping that she's going to feel like going to get a facial with me or something, that we can get out and do a few fun things. But my relationships have suffered so much in the past because I always want to work. I love to work. I love to get things done. But Putting my relationships first is a goal for me. So I'm going to Las Vegas. And that's my one thing, one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. Each step gives you courage. Each step gives you confidence. Step by step, you build momentum. And the next thing you know, mission accomplished. You can check it off your list. A few more calls, a few more visits. Next thing you know, you feel better about yourself. But you got to make sure that your goals are created, the goals that you're creating are serving your purpose, because you got to stay connected to your heart, connected to purpose, and step by step, you can climb the mountain. Step by step, you will become the person that you were always meant to be. Incredible. Can you imagine? So thinking about that $20,000 fundraising goal, it serves my purpose. I can offer like a beautiful beach trip, a really nice retreat to women who are stuck, women who couldn't afford to do things like this. I can offer them hope and a future. I can help get them unstuck. I can give them help with their goals. I was blessed to be a blessing to other people. I mean, I was made for this. Maybe my $20,000 goal is too small since I've already got 10% of it. Maybe I should go for more so I can help more people. Live with purpose. Cherish every day of your life. Don't waste your time. So I want to ask you now, what is your one thing? What can you do? You don't even have to have one thing for each goal like I do. I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm fortunate. I have lots of ideas. And like I said at the beginning of the podcast, I've been taking shots from my ego all week long. So it's not like it all came to me in a second, but you guys have no idea how much my energy has risen by writing this podcast and practicing the podcast. I mean, wow. I started out thinking about my rut. Poor me. I felt really stuck. I don't know what to do. But as soon as I started sharing my one thing and the steps I've already taken, it's like, wow, I'm not stuck. So just doing this has totally pulled me out. I suppose it's because I realized that I'm actually not stuck at all. It was just my ego telling me I was stuck. So I'm working towards my goals, even though they aren't totally written down on paper. And you can too. I even started writing my next book for a few hours on Monday. It's amazing how easily you can raise up your energy if you take just one step. That's why I'm asking you to do it. I mean, I feel so much better now. And you deserve to feel better too. You deserve to live your best life. Have you started on your goals yet? If you haven't, what the heck are you waiting for? You don't need to wait for New Year's. Just start one thing. What's one thing that you want to do? Write it down. It will become real. And then ask yourself why, because you got to know why you want it. You have to stay connected to your why. I always want people to live their best life. It's just who I am. When I see people and there's could be a stranger and I hear them struggling, I always have suggestions for them. I know it's not my business. My kids are always like, Mom, leave them alone. But I want everybody to do their best. I just can't help it. So as long as I'm helping people live their best life and knowing that's my why, so as long as my goals and ideas can align with that, then I know that I'm living on purpose, right? I know when things get tough, then I can stay connected to the goal because it's created in my heart. It's not just something I popped up with in my head. That's when you can adapt and change and be flexible without giving up. That's when you can get past the boulders that will definitely be on the path. And that's when you can begin to live every day with purpose. And that is such a nice way to live, guys. It feels so good. If you are stuck and need a way out, join the Stress Mastery community, you guys. There's so many people in there finding their way to peace, happiness, fulfillment, understanding themselves, and they'll all be happy to help you. Like, we're in there helping each other every day. You can also reach out to me on social media. I am Peggy with Purpose. My website is peggyromero.com. I thank you guys for so much for listening to me today. And of course, I thank Bill Courtright for sharing his platform. You're the best. I hope my message will encourage each one of you to live your best life. That's it for today's show. Our mission here is to create a shift in the planet. You can join us on that mission by simply like, share, and subscribe. The links are right below the show notes. As always, until next time, stay inspired.